retail is selling, but you never guess who is buying. And it's true, retail is selling Bitcoin and it's selling altcoins. But who's buying? For every seller, there's a buyer, right? And we can know that data. We can know it on chain. And today I'm going to tell you who is buying, who we suspect are buying, and this is the most intriguing one. And let's see how the markets will behave today. So there's a lot of uncertainty in the world right now, not just the markets. I think right now the markets are our less preoccupation right now. There's a lot of things going on, and of course we are going to address all of that. But this is really curious because we had a very good CPI on Friday. I wasn't able to be here on Friday or these days. We had a short-term lived rally. I don't think it was short-lived, but let's see. I was not paying attention to the markets at the time. And now we are under the conflict between US and Iran again. But there's still institutions buying. And someone was saying, let me see, because this comment is perfect for today. I cannot show it, unfortunately, but someone is saying retail is 90% out of Bitcoin. They have already sold. Retail owns garbage altcoins that are 90% down. I don't know which altcoins you think retail are holding. I'm not 90% down on mine, but yes, some are. But I'm going to prove you that that's not true. That's not true. And this is awesome to show you the misconceptions that we see a lot of the time, and that everyone has an opinion. And of course, you should have an opinion, but at least based on facts. So without losing any more time regarding this, this is really curious because, how can I say this? If you go to check this, sorry, my computer is lagging today. And if you go to check this, this is the, I don't know if you are what are 13Fs. So any company over $100 million needs to disclaim or tell the SEC the purchases they did on certain assets. It's something like this. I'm not an specialist, but it's something like this. And you here have a few ones that bought IBIT in Q4. IBIT in Q4. And there's the name here that I want to highlight because it was the second biggest buyer of IBIT on Q4. And it's Morgan Stanley. You can see it here, Morgan Stanley. It was the second biggest buyer of IBIT. You know how crazy this is? You know how crazy this is? Because they are telling you that they are advising you not to buy, but they are buying it themselves. They are advising do not buy crypto, but they are buying themselves. And then you have another one, that's Jane Street. It was the second biggest buyer of IBIT. This is kind of crazy, okay? This should raise your eyebrow. You should pay attention to this because they are buying. Okay, I don't know if you are buying or not. Anyone, you know your own money. What I'm telling you is that they are buying. Okay, and let me see something. No, they are buying, and they are buying big time, like a lot. Not to say the least, but they are buying a lot of Bitcoin, especially on IBIT. And that's curious why they are buying on IBIT, right? Why should they be buying on IBIT? I just want to make sure everything is okay because I'm still having some internet connection issues, but I think everything is okay. I hope so. If you are not listening or something, just tell me on the chat, okay? But like I was saying, they are buying, but they are not the only one. And this one really caught my attention because, again, the 13Fs, you know a lot of stuff, and you know a lot of things. And this one, it's the craziest one, okay? This one, how can I say this? Let's see. If this is true, it's massive. It really is massive. And let me just check. I just want to make sure. So if everything is okay, let me know in the chat if everything is okay. And also let me know from where you are watching. You know, I always like to know from where you are watching. So like I was saying, this one is one of the most interesting ones, okay? Because it's a bit mysterious. This is a brand new entity that appeared on the 13F filings for the first time ever. A company called Lolor Limited, based in Hong Kong, registered at 2 Exchange Square in Central, one of the most prestigious addresses in Hong Kong. It's like the financial district in Hong Kong. They have someone called 𝗕𝗟, the filler's name, no website, no press releases, nothing. Their portfolio, one asset. One asset. Almost 500 million in IBIT shares. 8.78 million shares, around 430 million. Again, one asset, a new entity based on Hong Kong, almost $500,000 in IBIT. And this was their first 13F filing ever, okay? Ever. Now they are connecting the dots here. Someone is saying that because Chinese investors can't hold Bitcoin, they might be buying IBIT through Hong Kong companies. I don't know if I say shell companies. Let's see, you cannot buy Bitcoin, but you can set up a company on Hong Kong, and then you get exposure to Bitcoin via IBIT. Do you think that's happening? There's a lot of controversial talks about China and what's happening there right now. But do you think you are seeing some capital fleeing from China via Hong Kong and buying the Bitcoin ETF? This might be an early signal. Okay, this might be an early signal that is happening. There's a lot of people argue that the gold explosion that we saw is that since you cannot do certain money things in China that you are controlled, China is buying gold because that's the only asset they can really buy. And that's why we had the gold explosion. But now we are seeing this. Let me know your opinion. Do you think in China we are starting to see this rotation happening? Or capital fleeing China? Look, two major institutions that I told you. Morgan Stanley telling the advisors to not advise their customers to buy Bitcoin. They bought IBIT shares in Q4. Do not talk about seller because their average price is much higher than seller. And now you have this from Hong Kong. We don't know if it's China or not. It's just a supposition, but it might be. This might be an early signal that you are starting to see something. Okay? And again, like I was saying, you are selling, they are buying. And we have someone buying. In this case, the UAE Sovereign Wealth Fund bought more Bitcoin or more ETF Bitcoin. They raised their exposure by 45%. You know how crazy this is? Again, who is the guy who said that retail is out? Because now I'm getting to that point. They are buying. And this is not an opinion. This is facts. Okay? About Hong Kong, it's something that we can deduct. Everything else is facts. Morgan Stanley bought. There was an entity from Hong Kong that bought. We don't know if it's from China or not. Everything points to that, but we don't know. And UAE is buying also. They are buying. And now to the point that I want to go, that I think it's really interesting, that this one. So let's say this. Retail is out. Not 95%, not true. But retail is indeed selling, okay? We have more business holding Bitcoin. We have more ETFs and funds holding Bitcoin. You have more governments holding Bitcoin, okay? This is what we have right now. And we do have less individuals, retail, holding Bitcoin. But the thing is, they are still, and I was saying this one, they are still the most that have Bitcoin. So saying that retail is 90% out, it's not true, it's not accurate. Again, saying that retail is 90% out, not true. There's no data that supports that. By the contrary, they are selling, but they are still the majority that holds Bitcoin. We are seeing a transfer, 100%. That's what I showed you right here. But they are not 90% out. Okay? I'm just showing this so you can understand how data is important. And when do you have data? You take your decisions. If you take your decision based on someone post that 95% of retail is out and 95% of altcoins are 95% down, it's 395s, things might not work out well. Data, always, over opinions. And I'm just stating data here, okay? I'm not saying anything else than data. Data, 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 I'm a data guy, and I'll be showing data all the time. And like I was saying, the data show us institutions are buying, retail are selling, period. That's it. Sorry. And you should make your decision based on the data. And you decide, do you think they are going to lose money? Or do you think it's retail that's right? You need to make a decision, okay, with the state of the market. I already told you mine. Mine is that fundamentals are still here, and I'm buying the altcoins that I do believe fundamentals are still here. It's still here. They are still developing, and they are still delivering, okay? But this is me. You don't have to do what I do, and this is up to you, okay? This is up to you. I'm here sharing what I do and the data that I see. Now, there's something that you should be aware it's happening. And of course, it's not a good one. And yeah, let me just, by mistake, I just took it out, and just give me a second. There you go. So this might happen, okay? And this is something that you should be paying attention, because this will for sure move the markets. I don't know if it's going to move the market forever, or like for 2, 3, 4 months. I don't know what's going to happen. I'm telling you that usually there's a week, and that's called in this case, when it was the other one, it was by the invasion. Here, I don't know what the name it is, but usually it works out well if you try to buy whatever happens. Okay, so I'm not telling you to do it. I'm just saying usually it works out well, okay? It works out well. So this might happen. Be careful with the market right now, but there's always some signs that you can pay attention to. And I've said this in the past, and I'll show you again. And let me just come here. If you are afraid, if you have positions open, if you whatever, regarding what might happen on that side of the world, just go here and check the airspace. If everything is like this, you are okay. Nothing is imminent, and there's no eminence of happening. I'll go to the comments later. So, like I was saying, if you see this like this, there's nothing going to happen. If you have longs or short, or if you are trading, I think you can be okay. Just track this. This is free. Go to flightradar24.com and you start to track. If you start to see this planes leaving the area and there's a huge gap, I would close my longs. But this is me, okay? I would close my longs, and I will be careful with this. Okay, this is just me, just my opinion. You don't have to do it just because I'm doing it. But if I was trading, which I'm not because I'm preparing a lot of stuff, I remember when it was the first time I was tracking this. Okay, and this saved my, I won't say my account, but saved me from a few stop losses. Okay, so this is what you should do. Pay attention to the airspace, and you should be okay. Now, someone is saying that they were so positive yesterday, and yeah, I don't know what happened. It's what it is. Sometimes they are grown-ups, sometimes they are kids, and honestly, I don't like to talk about that stuff here. Everyone has an opinion. I don't know who is right or wrong. I'm not going to tell who is right or wrong. I have my opinion, but here I talk about crypto and macro that might affect crypto. Okay, so yeah, I know there were talks yesterday. So yeah, I'm just trying to prepare you for what might happen. But there are also some cool things that happened yesterday, and I want you to listen to this. Okay, let's go for something positive for crypto.
Because we want to future-proof our statutory framework for crypto. We can't allow for Gary Gensler 2.0 to come in and tear it all up. And so this legislation is critical because...
So there's a lot of talks that the Clarity Act will pass. Brad Garlinghouse, Ripple CEO, is saying that he's 80% sure it's going to pass. Trump is pushing it to pass. I think we might going to have some news from crypto from the US today. I think that might happen. So a lot of things happening right now, okay? And remember, have a plan. And today your plan is short-term volatility because of what we just told, but on the long term, if things go well for crypto, and I showed you the data, and I'll try to bring the data from altcoins because I know they are buying, institutions are buying, also altcoins, unless you go for this platform here, X. If you go there, no one wants altcoins, but institutions are buying altcoins also, and I'll tell you the story in a minute. But like I was saying, things might come here, might be positive soon, and you just need to prepare yourself. Okay, today your plan should be pay attention to the flight radar, airspace above Iran, and then yeah, we will see what's going to happen. That's your plan. Someone's asking if I'm going to open shorts in case there's. No, I'm not going to try to front run this. Okay. Sometimes the best trade is it's not to trade at all. Okay. And look, I'm a guy that loves to scalp. I love to scalp. Scalp is where I perform better, and I really like to do it. But I also like to be smart. And I also like to know when I should trade and when I should stop trading. For example, now I'm preparing a lot of stuff and I cannot pay attention to the charts. So I'm not actively trading. It's not because of the market. The market is a scalper paradise right now. But I cannot pay attention to the charts. So everything I'm doing right now is just, I don't know, closing my eyes and decide the direction. And I don't want that. The same thing with today. Just because I'm seeing the airspace clearing, that doesn't mean something is going to happen. And let's say I open a short because I see the airspace clearing. That happened in the past. There was no planes above that airspace. But in the end, nothing happens. And you take a stop loss. So, yeah, I'm not going to trade that event. It's not an event that I'd like to trade, to be honest. It's not my thing. Okay, sometimes you need to understand. I like to trade this. I don't like to trade. And this, I don't want to trade. Okay, I'm 100% honest with you right now. And yeah, I'm not going to trade this. But I want to show you, and I want to talk about charts. So let's look at Bitcoin USDT and see what's happening. So I was already expecting that we slapped these lows, which we haven't yet. And yet is the right word here. I do believe we might go there. I do believe we might sweep these lows here. But right now, it's kind of hard to give you a proper analysis knowing what might happen, okay? I don't know. If we get something, it will invalidate anything that I'm going to tell you, okay? But so far, this is a support right now, okay? Right now, it's at support. It's not showing a lot of strength, but yeah, it's kind of hard right now. I wanted to give you a trade, but I want to take a stop loss, like I say in Portuguese. Should we take a stop loss? What do you think? Should we risk a stop loss? I don't have any trades open right now. I think you should, right? We think you should look at something. But I really want you to... this is the worst time of the day to trade. It's like 1 hour and a half till the US opens, so... Let's see. But right now for Bitcoin, if it holds this area here, we might go higher. I know there are some shorts around the 80K level that are looking juicy. I think everything is lining up also for a short squeeze, okay? Because we haven't had one for a long time. And shorts are too comfy right now. Shorts are too comfortable right now. So I do believe we might be heading for a short squeeze. It makes all the sense. Especially if something's going to happen, usually there's always a short squeeze before. So I would be careful here. But if you want to trade this, well, again, we might get stopped, but yeah, who cares, right? I would do this. If you want to bet that the market might go higher, maybe this, I would take this trade, okay? And maybe I will, but not with such a long stop loss. you need to, here, with everything that's happening, in my opinion, of course, you should be smart on your risk management. So if you have small stop losses, you just need one win to cover them all. So if you do this, if your analysis or your way of trading, when you have a win, it's way higher than your risk when you lose a trade, you should be okay with taking stop losses. And that's how I trade. And I'm going to teach you that maybe in a few days. I don't know. Something is coming. Let's say like this. So, but yeah, I would take this trade right now. I would open this trade here and see where it goes. So just to recap, stop loss around 65,900, more or less. And this is just a theoretical TP. I know if it goes there, awesome. If not, I would start to close around the 68 level. Okay, just a scalp. I will TP here. Maybe here. Yeah, maybe here. This is where I will TP. Start to. My trading view is not working. Here and then here, and if it goes higher, then I'll just let it ride. Okay, so I feel more comfortable right now going long than going short. But this is me. I might be wrong, and I'm okay of taking a stop loss. Okay, just to be clear about this. But I want to show you something here that I think you should pay attention. Everyone knows which chart is this one, right? This is copper. And look at this. Sorry, silver. This is silver. And look at this. Silver dumped in March and then start going higher. Then it had a small retrace. And then it went ballistic, parabolic, whatever, right? So I want you to look at copper right now. And I want you to compare both charts. Okay, so we had a sell in August. And if you go to check here, we had a sell, we had a sell here in March, same thing. And now we are going up. And this, we clear this, and now we can say it's at support. It's kind of in a limbo here, but I will incline for a support level, okay? Around this. So I'm sharing this here with you guys because I bought copper spot. Not leverage, not trading with any leverage, but I bought spot. Why? Because I'm looking for a move like this one here, okay? So I bought copper, and I hope copper is going to move higher, and I do believe it's going to move higher. Again, I did my research like I did with silver a few years ago, and there's not enough copper for all the demand, okay? We might see a short squeeze, we might see whatever, call it whatever you want. The data tell me that buying copper here might be like buying silver when it was around this level here, okay, around $35, etc. Then it had a blow off top at $120. I don't think it's going to go there again. If it goes up, I'll be a happy man. But I've been taking profits since the way up. So I'm looking at copper. I bought copper, and the longer it stays here, I'm going to buy more copper. Okay, but you need to understand this. When you are trading commodities, you need to be patient. Things doesn't happen like they do on crypto. Things take more time. Okay, silver was like that for years before it started moving higher. It's the same for copper. Okay, I'm not telling you copper is going to move tomorrow. I'm not even telling you it's going to move. I'm telling you this. I checked the chart. There are some similarities with silver. It went well with me for silver. Everyone that knows me will follow me on X, and you should follow me on X. Know that. So now I'm telling you, I bought copper, and I'm hoping for copper to have a similar move. Okay? Spot, always, not leverage. I bought spot, okay? And when I mean spot, I'm not meaning physical, okay? I'm talking about spot. I go to an exchange, and I buy spot, and I'll let it stay there, okay? Just my opinion regarding this, and yeah, I hope I'm right on this one. I really want to be right on this one, okay? Because I want to make money, and if I'm right on this one, I should make money, okay? So this is one of them that I wanted to share with you. Also, before moving forward, follow me on X. I'm sharing a lot of stuff about crypto, about AI. I have a lot of cool things that you should be paying attention there on my X. If you're not following me on X, you should. You have the link here on the description. Go here. Pedro Silva, that's me. And yeah, just go there. Also, I want to know who got the cast card. I want to offer an X card. I want to know which one of you got the cast card so I can offer an X card. Let me know. I want to offer that. It's a $1,000 giveaway, and I want to give that to you. So do it, please, and let me know that you got the cast card so I can start to, I don't know, maybe at the end of this month, I will give the X card to someone. It's close, right? What day is today? Today's the 18th, so it's February. So, and I'm going to do the giveaway. I'm not going to do it on the 31st of February. I'm going to do it on the 28th, okay? Just for you to make sure about that. Also, guys, trade on Bluefin. I'm going to change some live stream schedule so that you can do some live trading. I don't like to open trades at this time, like I already told you. And yeah, pay attention. There'll be some news regarding the live stream so that you can do some live trading. Sorry. Now I wanted to show you this. And this is the BTC longs on Bitfinex. Okay, and this is really, again, I'm not telling you anything that I don't join the bottom isn't true, but I pay attention to the data. Okay, and I like to track this. So this you see here, okay, was, I would say, the last bottoms of Bitcoin around this. This now it's on the weekly chart. They're not exactly accurate, but it was around this level. If you go to the monthly chart, then you understand I'm going to tell you why the bottom, and because this is Bitfinex long, okay? And when you see them taking profits, it's because Bitcoin is going up. Make sense? Again, this is Bitfinex, BTC USD longs. And you see these red candles because longs are taking profits, are exiting the market, okay? Now I wanted to show you this. We had the two resistance here, we broke it, and now we are at the major resistance. And I went to check, when was the last time we were at this level here, more or less, and it was in December 2023, January 2024. Okay, this is the weekly chart, we cannot be precise, but it was around that here. Okay, let's say the week of 4th of December of 2023. And then I went to the Bitcoin chart. And I go to the weekly, I do like this, and I'm going to look for December 2024. And we are here, January 2024, here, for the week of 4th of December of 2024. Okay? Let's mark this here. So like this. It's around here. Okay, let's move it. It's here. Okay? Let's say it's here at the beginning of this. You can see it on the chart, I hope so, 4th of December. So this was before this initial move happening in 2023, 2024, okay? If you go here to this that I was going to show you, for December of 2023, okay? January 2024, the same. So it's a different time frame chart. That's when the Bitcoin started to move. So if we reject here, I don't know if you are going to reject, but if we reject here, there's a chance that we start to go higher, okay? This is another chart that you can pay attention. I'm going to show you. BTC USD longs on Bitfinex. You set an alert here at the beginning of this, and you will know. If it keeps riding higher, then the market will go higher, okay? It will go lower because longs are still longing Bitcoin. They are not taking profits. They are longing Bitcoin, okay? So if we break this rejection, then the other one will be around here, etc. So you need to pay attention to this. And then and you can set another here, below here, and you can set another alert here, okay? If you get an alert here, you start to pay attention. Why? Because we might reject here, try to test the support, and then it will be a key level, okay? And if you break this, you already know what happens when we break support on Bitfinex longs. It means longs are taking profit. It means the market is going higher, okay? Again, I'm not telling anything about the bottom. I'm just telling you, we are at resistance right now, BTC USD longs. Wise, you can follow this chart You can do some TA here, and you just need to pay attention. And this is one more data that will help you take decisions. Does this make sense to you? Remember, green here, good. Sorry, red here, it's good. Green, it's bad. Okay, it's the inverse to the other charts. So pay attention to this one. Like I said, BTC USD longs on Bitfinex, and yeah, you can go wrong here, honestly. Though it's one of the best selling charts, and usually it's where you can try to see if the market is going to reverse or going to have some temporary relief. So just follow that one, okay? Now, regarding more, Convex is green, of course. I've been telling you, I don't know when this was, I've been telling you, Convex is a paradise. It's a scalper's paradise. If you like to scalp, look at this. You go to the 15-minute charts and you just scalp this. It's so good to scalp. And again, I'm a Convex holder, okay? And it doesn't care about any dips. It doesn't care about Bitcoin right now. And yeah, it's one of those that you should pay attention. I'm not telling you to buy or sell anything, but if you like to trade, if you like to scalp, you go to Bluefin, you get the bonus, and you trade Convex. Easy peasy. And again, Ethera, I won't sleep on Ethera, okay? Just me, just my opinion. I'm a big Ethera bull. As you know, I don't mind accumulating for the long term, but I do believe Ethera might surprise a lot of people. Like a lot of people. People like to dismiss Ethera, I don't know why. Especially the Solana people don't like Ethera, which again, I don't understand why. Because Solana even decided to do an upgrade with some Ethera technology. But yeah, just look at HBAR and maybe we should do something here, right? We should open a trade here. I don't know, maybe we should look, we should at least let something here. I don't know. Let me see. Should you wait for an entry? Should you go right now? Are you to degen? Are you going with 20x or 50x, or are you going? I would take this trade. We should wait probably, but the difference is that it's like 0.03. It doesn't make any sense to wait, honestly. If you want to trade this, there's probably are going to get stopped. Probably I'm going to get stopped, but I'll trade this like this. So maybe something like this. A small stop loss. A little bit lower. Yeah, like this. And who knows? This might actually be a good one. Let me see if it's in. It's in. Yeah, this is not a bad one. It's a 3-4 risk reward. This is not a bad scalp. If you want to, we can leave it like this. Yeah, here. And you set your TPs around here and here. And the rest you let it go. The rest you let it go risk-free. Okay, short stop loss, like really short. And I think it might go well. Who knows, right? I'll be here tomorrow so that you can check if it went well or bad. So, but yeah, I will do this. I will do this one for sure. Regarding the XRP, I cannot talk about XRP because people are going to call me a maxi, which I'm not. I'm a maxi of making money, but I still have this order waiting here. Okay, I don't know if I'm going to get front run or not, but yeah, I still have this here. I'm still waiting, and I will, and I'll be patient enough to wait. Especially if we have some drama happening in the Middle East today. I'm patient enough to wait. Okay, patient enough to wait. So yeah, I'm just going to wait for it to be fulfilled. Regarding Ethereum, I'm not 𝗕𝗟𝗏. If I was 𝗕𝗟𝗏, I wouldn't be sleeping right now. I wouldn't be sleeping right now if I was 𝗕𝗟𝗏, to be honest. So, but yeah, I don't know what to tell you. I'm seeing someone, Peter Thiel just sold his position on Ethereum company, and it looks kind of a head and shoulders and a 𝗪𝗶𝗁𝗍 here. And yeah, I don't know. This is a risky one. This is It's rejecting where it always reject. Always. And yeah, I'm not going to I don't know what to do here. I think there's a case for this to drop, honestly. But yeah. Yeah, I'm not going to. Nah, this is not the best time to open trades, and I already opened 2. So yeah, I'm not going to open more trades here. I'm doing what I'm always telling you not to do it. So do not open trades between sessions. So I'm going to stop here. Everyone, thank you for being here. Follow me on X. I'm dropping a lot of cool stuff there, and I'll see you all tomorrow.